Hi, my Tubi, SheilaTruelove. I don't know how I look in this stupid thing, but I am going to, I don't know, try to work with this. I didn't tell anybody I was coming on, so we're gonna wing it. I am going to answer some questions in terms of relationships, sex, and whatever. Okay, sex, relationships, and love. Okay. I see that I have one person who has joined me. Hey, beautiful. Who is this? Elbani. Beautiful. Yes. Hello, my love. Hello, Shani. I'm using my tablet. I purchased a new tablet. It's a Samsung new tablet, so I'm hoping that this will go well. I hope I look okay. Hello, friend in my head. What kind of craziness is that? Hi, friend in my head. Hi. Now, I have some emails here. I don't know if you guys know my email address. It's SheilaTruelove, SheilaTruelove7 at AOL.com, and that's where the people send me the questions. And what we're going to do here today, it's about love, sex, and relationships. We're going to answer some questions. And you know what I'm hoping? That you will help me. I'm going to ask these questions at okay? And you'll give your viewpoint. I'm going to give mine, and then you give yours, and then we'll take it from there. How does that sound? Hi. Do you have moderators for your channel? No. Hi, Sheila. Good to see you. It's so great to see you too, Mrs. Ortega. No, babe. Why? You want to be a moderator? Let's talk about that. You have my phone number already. It's already on my other ones. Let's talk about that moderator thing. Now, the first question we have here is, how do I convince a workaholic partner to put more time and energy into our marriage? She says, I feel I'm always competing with my husband's job. He's an attorney and he works 60 to 70 hours a week, not to mention most of the weekends. I want your viewpoints on this too. Help me out. When I complain, he argues that he's doing this for us. They have 2 boys. Problem. Okay. The only thing missing is him. We have the vacation house, we have the home, we have the boat, we have the cars, we have it all. The only thing that's missing is him. Okay. So, how can I convince him to pay attention to us? So, she's trying not to feel like she's ungrateful. And the thing that she needs to understand is that she's not ungrateful. She's just lonely, you know. With good reason to be lonely. Hi, Sheila. Good to see you. Likewise, she can go visit him at work with lunch. No underwear. 2 thumbs up for that. Absolutely. It's, let me see. I'm trying to look at the question again. Okay, I want to try to address all of them. She has to understand that, you know, men, when it comes to their job, men tend to define themselves by what they do. That's how they feel like they're more of a man. So, what can I suggest to her? I don't know. Try to give him some perspective. I don't know, ask him a question, something like, what would you do if you had only 1 month to live? Would you spend your last day sitting up here working at a job? You know, at the last result, you could use guilt. Ask him to imagine what his children would say about him when they're grown. You know, I always say the solution to all of this is communication. She can go visit her. I like that idea with no underwear. That's right. Hey, pretty girl. Thank you. I'm sure you're just as gorgeous. But communication is key. I say without communication, there is no need to continue with the relationship. If you can't talk to your husband about certain things that's troubling you and bothering you, what's the point of being in a relationship? You know, I'm trying to look at all of these. Yeah, you know, I say communication. Talk to him about it. Tell him about it. Hopefully he cares about you. You're a workaholic. We hardly ever see you. I love all of the things that you provide for me and the family. We are so grateful. We are not ungrateful. We appreciate it because you're a hard worker. At the same time, We miss you. We need you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, like you said, that we could go down to lunchtime. He's an attorney. Honey, I work with attorneys. So they are busy. They're on the run. Find some hobbies, girl. That's not a good answer, right? Because I know I work with them. I have another question. Is it natural for passion to disappear after marriage? My husband and I have been married for 18 years. Come on now, after 18 years, we know how that's going to go. We have sex very infrequently and have settled into what I call a comfortable relationship. There's a part of me that longs for that passionate emotional connection we used to have, but many of my friends tell me that I'm being unrealistic. After 18 years, am I expecting too much? No, because no, as years go on, love is supposed to get stronger and stronger. And I don't think that you should buy into the popular misinformed attitude that losing romantic attraction to your partner is a part of marriage, because that's just not true. It's supposed to get better with time, hopefully. And I think about how relationships, they don't lose their chemistry like overnight. That takes time. It takes years of neglect, not making the marriage a number one priority, not talking about your needs, not resolving and healing your resentments, because there's a lot of resentment. Hi, Jackie. Thank you. You are so beautiful, and so probably you. I don't know what you look like, but you probably are. I was with him 20 years, really? But add some spice for life. Don't forget, girls, you're here to help me, women and men. We're going to answer these questions together. So I'm interested in your viewpoint, okay? You have to keep in mind that marriage, it takes work. It's a lot of work. Sometimes you have to make your marriage the number one priority. Not talking about your needs is not helping. I think and I believe that you do deserve to have a marriage that grows with love and passion and a connection. I think you need to learn some new skills, to try to rekindle that passion in your relationship. So I think, first of all, you need to start by sitting down, taking his hand, and telling him how much you miss the physical and emotional closeness that you used to share. Again, here we go. Communication is key. You have to sit there and tell him. You have to both pretty much recommit to learning how to love each other. And sometimes, it takes a mediator. Going into counseling, that kind of helps too. But the end point is, after 18 years, like you said, 20 years with the person, it's going to calm down. We have 3 girls. Okay. They are both cops, and she knew all about us. 50 Shades of Let's Play. I can't kindly address you guys because I'm using my tablet and your answers come in and out. So don't think I'm ignoring you. And if I'm reconnecting, sorry about that. Okay. I hope I look okay, guys. What's up? My girl always keeps your head up. Always keep your head up. Yeah. Speaking of keep your head up, you can't see my whole head. Let me just put this like that, tilted a bit. Okay, there we are. Okay, let's glamorize. You know how we do, girls. Let's move on to the next question. No, your relationship does not have to grow without stagnated and have no passion. No, it takes work. Marriage is work. And I can give an example. When you go to when you ever see like botanical gardens, I don't know if any of you have been to botanical gardens. And when you get to botanical gardens, you'll notice how beautiful it is. Everybody looks at botanical gardens and talk about how amazing this is. But do people really understand how much work is involved? You have to do the soil. You have to water it. You have to take care of it. You have to make sure the roots are up to par. It's work. They're both cops. Why is my knock trying to get me back after 4 months? Why is he trying to get you back? Because he realized he lost a good thing. And the person that he was dealing with, or people, friends, it could be just hangout buddies or whatever, because he realizes that he had a good thing and he screwed up. And a lot of the times, you know how narcissists are, they're very egotistical. They're not humble. That's the last of their traits. So trying to come back to you is because he feels he could still get something out of you. Okay, could it be love? Narcissists don't love. Am I trying to hurt your feelings? Absolutely not. You know better than that. But I've had my narc come back and forth, back and forth. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because they felt they could still get something out of me. Do you hear me, Lynette? That's for you, baby. My girl, always keep your head up, and my love, see you. Okay, darling, thank you. I guess you're talking to the... Okay, I look great, thank you. My daughters love you. Really? Kisses to them. I see you, one love. I one love, really? Hey, first time I've seen you live. I'll be forever a fan, just scared to commit. How cute are you, Naomi? Scared to commit. Okay, this is the girls, honey. We it's just the girls hanging out, pretty much. If the guys want to join it, that's fine. Now, the next question is, if a relationship takes a lot of work, does that mean something is wrong with it because it takes a lot of work? She says, at times I find myself wondering whether my wife is my perfect partner because our relationship doesn't ever seem to be completely effortless and without issues. Okay. Let me go because he got a long freaking history here. Learning to ask for what we want, giving each other enough attention or space. Should it be this complicated? Should the relationship be this complicated? I want you to show me a relationship, if you could find one, that doesn't have conflict and issues. And I'll show you a couple that's either they're dead or they're living in denial. Like I said, relationships take work. Hello, my tubies. I love that line when I watch your videos because you're my tubies and my Teletubbies. My little Teletubbies, we rub the tubbies. Well, I'm a female. You know how we are. Cutie, cutie like that. Whatever. Stop that. Anyway, you have to keep in mind that a good relationship requires a lot of work. You have to push past any fears that you may have. I don't know, you know. I keep thinking about, you know, when people are in relationships, let's say 18, 20 years, 15, whatever. I was in mine for 11. They constantly keep thinking that a relationship is always supposed to make them feel good. So if it feels bad, it must be bad. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have easy flow, and there's days when it's going to be a little rough, you know? And it's during these times that you have to focus on the love that you have for each other, you know? I'm trying to look at this question again. You know, relationships take work. Just because you're going through a hardship, does that mean that the relationship is a bad relationship? No, it does not. It means that you're normal. And it means that, you know, you have good days, you have bad days. And you have to put the effort in and the work because you feel it's worth it. She's worth it. He's worth it. And that's my answer to that. Now, my Teletubbies, what do you think? How do you deal with a partner who's a flirt? That's my next question here. My boyfriend of 2 years is a flirt. He's always staring at other women when we are together. He's always staring at certain body parts. Really? And sometimes he even comes on to women right in front of my face. Really? Okay, I'm the wrong girl to ask this one to. Really? Okay. When I complain about his behavior, he insists that he's just being friendly and joking around. Personally, me, I couldn't deal with that because I said a man who has a wandering eye, I did that because that means he's not satisfied with me. You have totally helped me through my time of need. I'm so happy to hear that. From the bottom, I'm so happy to hear that. That's nice. So since you appreciate me so much, maybe you can help me with these questions. Help a sister out. What would you do if you had a boyfriend? Well, she says she has a partner. I don't know, partner could be. Well, I say partner when it's my husband, but dump him. Disrespectful. Okay, guys. Okay. Whatever happened to telling him about it first? Before we tend to dump him. Personally, me, I'm just, look, anytime you have a wandering eye, that means you're not satisfied with me. I'm not a happy camper with that. Now, we all know that we all look. There's times when I look at women. You know what I'm saying? I look at women because they have a nice shape, and that makes me want to go work out at the gym more. They're wearing something that I said, wow, that would look great on me. I love the way that fits her. She looks amazing, and she's like my weight. She's like whatever. You know, it's different, you know. There's a difference between looking and looking. Now, anytime you have a partner who's focusing on another woman's anatomy, if you will, certain body parts, you know, you have to let him know that he's acting like an insensitive jerk, and you have to tell him. You know, you don't have to validate your opinion, but, you know, what your boyfriend is doing or your partner, it's totally disrespectful, you know? And even though he may not be doing anything physical, but lusting after someone, undressing somebody in his mind, you know, that's not acceptable. No, you know, that's not right. It's not fair. See, and he's always looking at other women, and he says he's just being friendly. When you think about the way society raised these men, society tends to let these men feel like that type of behavior of being disrespectful towards women is acceptable. It's not, you know. You know, it's like the good old boys club. That's just not acceptable. I'm sorry. So what you need to do is you need to try to talk to your boyfriend and share this information with him about how that makes you feel without blaming him. Just let him know and see if he understands how hurtful his behavior is to you, and let him know that you have a lot of respect for yourself, and that for you to stay in this relationship while he's flirting with other women, that's just a deal breaker. You know, you have boundaries. Not acceptable. You have to first communicate and talk to him and let him know how you feel about it. And if he doesn't change up, that means he doesn't care. There's difference between looking and lusting, of course. Friendly, right? Yeah. Well, tell him to take his friendly... What did you say? What? His friendly bob somewhere. I would tell him, and he would say, you're crazy. What is that, gaslighting? Of course. I can't continue to read what you're saying because it goes in and out with this tablet. But you're crazy, and he would continue to look at them. It knew it reversed it back to me. Okay, so for all those who said that they enjoy my channel, thank you so much. And my main objective is to, I don't know, try to, you know, help people like Joyce Myers helps me. She helps me get out of bed. I love her. And I'm hoping that I could do that for my Tubies and my Teletubbies. If I can help motivate you or inspire you to get up out of bed and to have an amazing life, that's what I'm here for. To get past all that narcissistic nonsense. Because come on now. They're not sitting up there freaking out over, you know, stopping their life for us. The hell with them too. Like my mom always taught me, darling. One monkey don't stop no show. The show must go on. So if I can inspire and motivate you the way Joyce Myers motivate me, I say more power to me, for real. Now this is another one from a woman. She says, how can I stop mothering my husband? He asked about her 23-year-old... What? He asked about her 23-year-old teacher. Why are you asking? Really? His 23-year-old teacher. How old is he? This is root beer, diet root beer. I can't do sugar. I don't have diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have issues right now, thank God. and I don't want them. So I drink diet soda if I do drink soda, which I don't really particularly care to. Anyway, this woman wants to know how could she stop mothering her husband. My husband and I have been married for 10 years and we have 3 small children, but I feel like I have 4 children, including him. I find myself treating him like a child because he acts like one. He's always misplacing things, forgetting appointments, and leaving his stuff all over the house. I hate feeling this way, and I know it turns him off because our sex life is damn near non-existent. Well, I want you to know, my point of view, she has some more things that she's saying here. She feels more like his mother than his wife. But you have to understand that mothering your man is the biggest mistake that you could ever make in a relationship. I mean, think about it. Who wants to sleep with their mother unless they got some kind of freaky fetish, some crazy nonsense going on? Because the more you treat them like little boys, the more they're going to act like little boys. They end up resenting you in the end. And eventually, honey, you can kiss your sex life. Bye. What else did she say? Now, the thing I think is that when you overly help a person, when you overly help a man, when you're doing things for him that he can do for himself, that's mothering. You know what I'm saying? You got to choose his clothes. You're helping him pick up after himself. He lost his keys. He can't remember what he did with this. These are things that he should know how to do for himself, you know? You do these little things like, are you hungry, baby? How about some cereal? No? What about pretzels? Not pretzels? Okay. What if I make you some nice, you see what I'm saying? That's mothering. If he's hungry, he knows how to, I'm his wife. So, honey, I'm hungry. Can we get some dinner going on here? He knows exactly what he wants. I just feel that a woman should cook for her husband. I'm sorry. It's not mothering him. That's being a wife, for God's sake. But when you got to sit up here and play these word games with the man to try to pull information out of him, come on, that's being a mommy, you know? And then when you think about it, you have to constantly remind him, like, can you take the trash out? Don't forget to pick up the milk. You got to constantly remind him of things that he should remember for himself. That's mothering. And then you think about when we scold men, or you treat them like they're children, like you have to tell them how, like scolding, and you know, you don't want to be a nag. I always feel that if a man don't want to be nagged, then do it the first time I ask you. You notice I use the word ask, not the first time I told you? No. Why can't you do it the first time I asked you if you don't want to be nagged, honey? And like me, if I ask him to do something like take out the trash, because I think a man should take out the trash, and I think he should clean the bathroom once a week. And I think the rest of the house, that women tend to run that. You know, it's like, that's my domain. You know, I'm 42 and she's 40. Okay, that's cool. Acts like a spoiled brat. Her parents, baby, I can't believe I never knew all of this mental illness. That's horrible. Okay, so like I was saying many times, you have to tell them to turn off the kitchen light. Do you remember that I asked you? How many times do I have to ask you? On Fridays, my hubby brings dinner home. I cook all week. Oh, hello. I'm feeling this. He does the dishes. If I cook, then you clean up. If I cook, you clean. If you cook, I clean. That's fair. Sounds like a good partner, and I do mean partner. That is a partner. I don't even like to call, when I get married, my husband. I like to say partner, because this is a partnership. You do your part, and I do my part. We good. Can you come on my show, El Benny? Where's your show? This is your second husband, Black Crow. I've been married twice too, or engaged to be married a third. I said no. Just saying. I hear you, girl. On Friday, yeah. Come on your show, El Benny. Where are you located? I'm in New York. Let me fix my hair now that you asked me to come to your show. I got to make sure my hair is up to par. Anyway, So, um, let's talk about when they don't ask for help and we sit up here and we volunteer our help. We are, I don't know, we correct them and we tell them things to do, even though they don't ask for it. We're sitting up here offering and just trying to show them the right way to do it. Like, let's say he decides to cook and he doesn't do it the right way. We go in and try to do it the right way. That's mothering him, you know? I think the first thing that you need to do is stop doing things for him that he can do for himself and treat him like he's a competent, reliable person. Um, Agree on what responsibilities are his in the relationship and don't take over, even if he makes mistakes, because God knows that's my thing. Even if he makes mistakes, don't say, you know what, let me do this. You know, they just let me do this. No, let him do this. But trust me, after he sleep and it's all messed up, you could go back inside and fix it, because sometimes they do things totally, they just don't do it right. So, but don't let him know that, okay? Just don't mother him. Let him take responsibility and all that crap. You know, and when you can make a list of the ways, you can make a list, write it down, of the different ways that you feel like you're playing mommy. You know, and when you make that list, you need to read that list every day and give him a copy of, this is what makes me feel like I'm your mom instead of your wife. So maybe you could kind of look that over. Yeah, because you don't want to kill your sex life, because when you're acting like his mom, you're doing everything for him that he could do for himself, then you're mommy. It's official. Okay, let's look at the next question. Oh, I don't want to hear that one. I can't do that one. I just so can't. Is it possible to fall back in love with someone after years of dead and being disinterested? Finding your channel was a blessing. I'm glad you feel that way, Jay Naylor. I thought I was the problem. Okay. I didn't get to finish it. It just disappeared. I don't know why it does that on this tablet. But it pops up again, so I'll try to catch it, okay? Okay, this person says, I've been married for 28 years. That's an eternity. Oh my God, help me. 28 years, and for the last 10, I felt numb towards my partner. We've discussed divorce, but neither of us really want to go out and start dating at this point in our lives. Is it possible for us to fall back in love again? Or should we just accept the fact that our marriage is over? No. Yes, it is possible to fall back in love again. But I don't think you can do that on your own. I think that you need counseling. Yeah, you. It's 7:40. What is this? Leave for meetup. It's 7:40. My meetup. Leave for meetup. It's 7:40. Leave for meetup. It's 7:40. I'm supposed to leave for my meetup group, guys. But no, I'm only joking. Today is my meetup. It starts at 8. This is where I go and I socialize and I meet new people. What I'm looking for right now is I'm looking for a partner to do my channel with me, so we can have my viewpoint, their viewpoint, your viewpoint. It's going to be great. So anyway, yeah, it is possible for you to fall back in love with your partner, but I think the first step is you have to confront some of the issues that you have, and you have to find a well-trained therapist or a marriage counselor who has an amazing reputation, and someone can refer you to that counselor. And then you can work through all of this, and yeah, you can fall in love again. Why do they give you the death stare when they are devaluing you? Why are they so angry? Why are they so angry? The death stare. What is the death stare? They give you the death stare. What is the death stare? I don't know. Okay, I'm supposed to know these things, but I don't know. Can my tubies help me here? Why do they give you that? Why are they so angry? They're angry because they hate who they are. They're angry because, miserable. Why are they so miserable? I'm trying to figure that out. You have everything you need. You have an amazing partner who loves you like crazy. You have a home, you have a job, you have clothes, you have food. And why are they so angry? Like that narcissistic stare. I don't know what the narcissistic stare is. What is that narcissistic stare? Let me see if I can look narcissistic. I don't even know how to do that. Mm. I think that they're so angry because they don't like who they are. They don't like themselves. They have self-esteem issues, honey. In fact, I don't think it. It's a fact. I prefer to deal with facts in life anyway. It's a fact that they don't like themselves. Now, and when it comes to can we fall back in love again after freaking eons and it feels like I'm numb, I'm a mummy. Yeah, you can fall back in love again, but you have to give the relationship the attention that it needs. And before you know it, you will fall back in love again. I don't think you can pull that off on your own. You're going to need some professional marriage counseling, a mediator, and you're going to have to talk about things calmly. Watch your tone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Talk to these people the same way you would talk to Jesus Christ. That's what helps. And to be mindful, to be tactful. The way I'm talking to my husband, is this the way I would talk to Jesus Christ? No. So I think I need to watch myself. You know, that's what kind of helps me stay on track, if you will. I try. Hey. Okay, this is another person who feels that her husband pays more attention to the children than to her. I am not going to get into that one. Why does he pay more attention to the children than he does to her? The children are fun. The children are pleasant. The children are positive. When he's dealing with you, are you fun anymore? Do you even remember how to have any fun? The children are always saying, we love you, Daddy. They look at Dad and he's so smart. They see Dad as smart. Do you make him feel like he's smart? He spends more time with the kids than you because obviously, you know, people tend to lean more towards a person who makes them feel good about themselves. And maybe the children make him feel good about himself in areas that you may not be. So, how do we handle that situation? I don't know. Look at what the children are doing with Dad. Ask him questions that you already know the answers to, but okay. Make him feel smart, you know. Copy off of what the children doing that makes him want to lean more towards them because they don't know as much as he does, and he feels like I'm teaching the kids something. So he feels like the hero. He feels like the big guy. So, I hate to tell women this. I really hate to tell. We got to dummy up. I ain't feeling none of that. I'm sorry. I can't do that. But try to be more fun because the kids are obviously fun, you know? So that's how you handle that. And you see my face is a little annoyed with that because we got to dummy up and make, come on now. How do you handle a partner who smothers you with too much love and affection and who possessive? Okay, this person says, most people complain about they don't get enough attention, but I'm just the opposite. I have the opposite problem than most women. My boyfriend loves me too much. He wants to be with me every second. He never takes his hands off of me. And when we aren't together, he calls me every few hours. Annoying. Mental issues. I have Alicia. Hi, baby. I see you talking to me on Marco Polo. Okay. I've asked him to back off to give me some space, but he feels rejected, and you end up feeling guilty. You feel like you need to comfort him. I don't think that, personally, I don't think that it's that your boyfriend loves you too much. I think that he doesn't love himself enough. I think that, to be honest with you, that's what you call an emotional vampire. You know, you think about these type of people who they always need to be filled up, but they're like a bottomless pit. No matter how much you do for them, no matter how much you give them, it will never be enough, and they will always crave more and more and more. Personally, I say get rid of him because he needs to get some psychiatric help. Okay, he has problems that he needs to address. That's my view. There you go. Okay. He probably been hurt in his life, maybe by some family members, or maybe he's been emotionally wounded, or something happened to him that he wasn't able to deal with in a healthy way. So, no, me, I gotta go. I gotta go because I have a person that I have in my life right now. It's a female, it's a female, and she's a bottomless pit. No matter how much you try to compliment her, build her up, it's never enough. Never enough. Never. She's always saying something like, you're not proud of me. You're not, I build you up as much as I know how. I mean, you can't constantly give a person compliments all the time because after a while it starts to sound fake. It starts to sound not real. And look at me. I do try to. I do tries. I tries to keep it real. I do try to keep it real always. Why? Because that's the way I want people to treat me. But you have some people in this world, man, who they have been emotionally wounded, and they take your relationship and they treat it like it's a band-aid. Like you're the temporary solution to their problem. Personally, I say no. I'm sorry. I would put an end to that relationship immediately. Okay, so let's move on. How can a couple learn how to... What is this? How... I didn't want to go into this. I don't want to go through that. I just so don't. Because they went through a bitter divorce and they have issues and yeah. How about this is a good question. What does it mean when your partner won't introduce you to his family or his friends? I can immediately answer that. He's either married or he's ashamed of you. You probably don't have the right look. You probably don't have the right body type. He's ashamed of you, or he's married, or she, or somebody like that. Anyway, let me read. I've been dating a man for 9 months who won't introduce me to his family or his friends. Really. After, keep in mind, 9 months. I know he has children and a former marriage, and I haven't even met them. Most of the time we spend alone at my apartment or in his condo. And when we do go out, it's always at the last minute. He claims that he's just a private person and that he doesn't want to bring other people into his relationship. But something doesn't feel right to me. What does this mean, Miss True Love? Well, it means he's either hiding something, he's married, he don't want people to see you out in public. Okay, abandonment issues. He's not that into you. Hello, what is that? Albany. Albany said it better than I could ever. He's not that into you, sweetheart. It's either he's ashamed of you, he's either ashamed to be seen with you or even be associated with you. That's why he's hiding you from people. It could be that he thinks that you're not good enough. You don't have the certain look, the certain body type, the certain whatever. Or it could mean that he's married. Yeah. Either way, like I always tell you, you need to communicate that with him. Tell you how you feel. And if nothing changes, dead that. Like you said, you're not a good feeling about this. That's called your intuition. And how many of us tubies have not listened to our intuition? We understand that. Okay. You got to think in terms of trying to love yourself enough to know that you deserve to be treated decently. You don't need to be with someone who treats you like you're not important. And if you are with somebody who treated you like you're not important, you have to ask yourself, why am I attracting these type of people? Why am I with somebody who don't feel that I'm important? Somebody don't think I'm important. You know me, Moon and Leo, honey. I can't be bothered. No, freak that. Okay, that was too deep. Okay, forget that. This one says, how important is sexual chemistry in a relationship? Sexual chemistry. If it's not there in the beginning, will it develop over time? Well, I think about people back in the olden days, how they had arranged marriages. The marriages, I don't know, they last longer or something like that. But anyway, let me go into what she says. People who ask me this question, let me see. She says, does the relationship get better in time? I got to think in terms of, if you're not attracted to a person, if you're just not attracted to that person, I don't believe that it's possible to have a healthy, lasting relationship, unless you could eventually become attracted, not physically to them, but their personality. Because I've seen some men who, there's this one guy, his name is Frankie. He wasn't the most attractive guy physically, but he had such a great personality. I would have slept with that guy. And he was not my type. But his personality was so beautiful. Yeah, we could have we could have worked past all that nonsense. Yeah, that's for me. That's my personal view. You don't want to be in a relationship where you're going to avoid having sex with them. I don't know. You want to be with someone who you're attracted to. I'm I've never been into the physical thing too much. Not really. I'm more into the brain. That's how you excite me, mentally. I don't care what you look like. You ever saw that movie, The Elephant Boy, or whatever the hell they have? What is that? The Beauty and the Beast? You see, he was a beast. But if he had the most amazing personality, you can't help but see the beauty in him. All of a sudden, his body is amazing. His everything is amazing. His kisses are great. Yeah, man, we could work this. Okay, what is the next one? This person says, why am I only attracted to the wrong bad boy type of man, and I feel no sexual chemistry with a nice guy? For years, I've had a series of very painful, dramatic relationships with men who don't give me what I need or treat me the way I deserve to be treated. Some cheated, others were very critical, or simply emotionally distant. Finally, I met a nice guy who was crazy about me. He's everything I ever wanted: respectful, considerate, and he's really sweet. But there's one big thing missing. I don't feel the sexual chemistry with him that I used to feel with my ex-boyfriends who treated me like garbage. Lately, I've been feeling I should break up with him because I miss that passion and excitement. Help! Exclamation, exclamation. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get to... Personally, I think that you're a person who likes drama. And I think that you like a lot of chaos because people tend to be comfortable with what they are familiar with. I think that you came from a family where everything was like chaotic, drama constantly. I think you have the go home syndrome. That's when you seek out emotional experiences that you are familiar with in your childhood. That's just what humans do. We tend to gravitate towards what's familiar. I don't know. I that's the way I see it. You come from a home that's full of chaos. And if you wasn't shown much love or affection in your home, that's what you're used to when it comes to the partners that you pick. You're comfortable with what you're familiar with. You're not familiar with the man who's a good man. He's loving. He's attentive. He's good. He's a good provider. No, you're used to that drama. So, you, in your mind, you will equate or you will associate the type of treatment that you was raised with or that you had at home. That's what you're going to associate what love feels like, because that's what you're familiar with. Like if you have a partner, let's say for me, a man who's used to his mom screaming at him, calling him a, like my ex, his mother used to call him a MF and all this. I'm coming at him calmly and speaking to him like a human being. He wasn't comfortable with that. But then he had that girl, Linda. She would call him a bitch and call him all kind of whatever. He was always at her house. He couldn't keep his butt over, which is why I kicked him to the curb. He was comfortable with her, because he was familiar with her, the way she talked to him, the way she treated him. That's pretty much it. That's what felt like home to him. Chaos, drama. And if you're not a person who's about that, why do the new supply think they can come into a man's life and think they can call the shots when it comes to your kids that don't belong to you? I'm so sick of these insecure birds. Why do they come into your life thinking that they can call the shots? Because they figure, hey, you know, this is my life now. You're out of it. This is between me and him. We're building something here. And yeah, this is A and B. You need to see your way out, babe. A and B. A, B, you know you already. A, B, see your way out. So anyway, like I said, anytime you can't be comfortable with the man who treats you properly and you need this drama, chaos, and all of that, that's your way of going back home. Because that's what you're familiar with, that's what you're comfortable with. And that's how that works. Okay, next question. This is a good question. Can a relationship work when you're in love with your partner's potential? You're not in love with the partner. You're in love with his potential. And I'm good for that, because that's the way I usually pick partners. I don't focus on maybe they're not what I want them to be presently, but I know that they have potential because I could see that. You know, I could just see it, you know. Like when my ex-narc, he didn't have a job. He didn't have much of nothing, but I knew his potential because I knew. Was I right? Yes, I was right. Anyway, a few months ago, I met a man I really cared about. We get along well, but he's going through a difficult time right now. He's just recovering from a serious drug addiction and a bad divorce in which his ex-wife got most of his savings. I know he has a lot of anger and mistrust from his past, and he has a hard time showing his affection, but inside, he's a very sensitive, look at us, talented person, and I feel like he needs someone to believe in him. Can this relationship work? Right, I had the same issue. She had the nerve to call and, okay, hey, auntie. Hi, Alicia. Potential. Hi, baby. This is, I don't like doing this on this tablet because I can't keep my people here. Anyway, okay, so she's saying he had a rough go at it. Yeah, but I feel that he's a very, you know, falling in love with somebody's potential. That's me. Guilty. Sorry. Let me hold my head down in shame. Yeah, okay. Personally, me, I don't think that you're in love with the man. Actually, I think that you're in love with what you hope he can become. I think that you are, that's probably me. I tend to talk to him or treat him like he's a project. You're more into a project, you know. If you're dealing with someone who can't even love themselves, then you're going to be alone, you know. You're supposed to have some type of hope and some type of dreams for your partner, but that's to some extent. You got to think about it. When you love somebody, you have to love them for who they are now. You can't be in love with them for who they may become. Um, or you can't sit up here and love him because someday you hope, or today or tomorrow, that he's going to change. And then I also thought about it. You know, sometimes, a lot of times, people, they like to get in these type of relationships because it helps them to feel like they are superior. Like you need to be in control of the relationship. So you date people so you can feel superior. And when you sit up there and you get rid of your own life dreams by focusing on rehabilitating this partner, that's so not good, you know? Trying to improve somebody else is trying to, instead of trying to working on yourself, you know? I don't know. But anyway, what are your thoughts, guys? And then you think about it, and it's true. You know, you believe in this person's potential so much, and you believe eventually they're going to measure up. And when they don't measure up, you start to feel angry, you start to feel bitter, and you feel like you wasted so much time on them. And I don't know, you get bitter. So I think the best thing and the best way to handle these situations is when you fall in love with somebody's potential opposed to who they really are now. I think the best thing to do is to end it now, because that will free him to do the healing and the work that he needs to do on himself. And it will also free you up so that you can attract somebody who you can really respect, somebody who you can love. But my thing with that situation is, I dealt with people and their potential because I keep seeing it that God created women as a man's helper. If he don't need no help, what is my purpose here? Really? That's my view. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's entitled to it. I know that I picked some folks who, I was into their potential. You're supposed to bring out the best in the man. Why did God create women anyway? Really? Was it not for... God created man for him. That makes me angry and it hurts my feelings if you want my view. But God created men for him. He created women for men. Keep it real. Come on. Do we hate that? Of course we do. Is it hurtful? Yeah, it is. At the same time, the truth is the truth. The facts are the facts. So since he created me for him, I have to help him be the best him that he can be. And when I see someone who has potential, and I know that he has potential, he just can't see it, but I know that I could bring it out of him. How do I know that? I don't know. Everybody has a gift. God gave everybody a gift. And one of my gifts is knowing how to motivate and inspire. I've had some guys, hi guys, I don't know what the hell happened, but it just shut off. And then it asked me, do you want to resume your last session? This is craziness to me. Now I got to re-glamorize. You know how we do, girls. Hold on a minute. I got to get my brush and redo my lipstick. Do I need it? Oh. You know how we do, girls. Hold on a minute. I got to get my brush. Okay. And redo my lipstick. Do I need it? Okay. You know how we do, girls. I don't know. I got it on my cell phone and my tablet. Okay. I don't understand all of this, but we're here together, and that's all that matters. Okay. But anyway, they just cut me off. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. And my tablet. I don't understand all of this, but we're here together, and that's all that matters. Guys. I'm going to fix myself. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm putting on earrings. I'm putting on hoops. Because they say when you wear hoops, it means that you're open. Okay, guys, I'm putting on earrings. I'm putting dare tell me how amazing I look. Because you're just being nice. Well, actually, maybe not. No, actually, yeah. Because it's a long day. Oh, God. Anyway, we're going to go get off of this. Anyway, okay, so we're going to go back to my Q&A. I think that we're still recording. It says that it's over an hour. You know what I think? I think I need to play it safe. I think I need to at least, I don't know, make sure this is saved so I don't lose it, and then I'll come. How about that, guys? I hope you're not too upset and too pissed off. Don't get pissed off, okay? It's better to be pissed off than pissed on. Think about that. Anyway. Okay. See about this.